some reason, before I tell you all about my day, this is the umpteenth time I'm doing this recording tonight. 13th of March, 13th of April, rather, 2026. Why are you after my left leg? Anyways, it's was a really good day. Unfortunately, I actually woke up with some serious pain in my arm. And I totally forgot that I had an 8 o'clock meeting. Got to the office at 10, settled in really cutely, checked my phone. Oh my God. And then I ran to the venue for my meeting. Like, what? Who forgets they have an entire performance review meeting? Anyways, I think what disoriented me was the fact that my arm was hurting. But yeah, I was massaged and I'm good. So let's talk about the day, right? It was back to freaking back meetings. Like, what are we talking about? Back to back meetings. Every single minute of today till 6 o'clock was me talking to somebody, except the like 10 minutes I got for like to make tea and have lunch. That was it. But I'm not complaining. I'm very grateful for it. So, what else happened today? I thought, okay, so this is what's happened, right? In the last few days, I've talked about being triggered. I've talked about removing my piercing. I've talked about stuff, but I've talked about them in a way that's maybe a little disjointed, right? Because I feel like if you're joining each of those videos, you may not understand or piece it together. So let me just go ahead and say that one of the things I'm grateful for in my life, in my entire life, is being a lupus survivor. I did a video of surviving lupus when I first came out of the hospital and resumed back at work. And for some reason, I overthought that video even after I posted it and then I took it down. So this may be the only reference points that anybody may have on the fact that I am a survivor. In 2022, suddenly fell so ill. Apparently, my immune system was fighting itself, and so that suddenly led to an SLE. And for 3 weeks, I nobody knew what was going on with me. Like the doctors didn't know because I was under their care, and they were treating every other thing but the actual thing. Hello. So I am in such a great place in my head, in my body and my mind, and I'm tying back what I learned about Thanksgiving about how if you don't thank for it, then you can't keep it. If you don't acknowledge it, then you can't keep it. So I'm just thanking God for surviving lupus because it is that flare up was not something I'd ever experienced in my entire life. Like, and it was the trigger of the movie I watched yesterday that just maybe made me even remember. Like, how does yes, he did. Thank you so much. He died so we can live. I I'm grateful for everything that happened around them. I'm grateful for my love you too. I'm grateful for my family that stood so closely beside me, stood behind me, stood around me. Like everybody pulled in. I'm grateful for my partners at work, my colleagues. Everybody just like covered for me when I needed just don't worry about work. And and I think that's the one thing I wanted to talk about today, which is having been through that hell, you know. I understand I understand it on a deep level where you don't know what can come out of your life tomorrow. Like every day was a day of let's just get through the day. Some days I'll just be in bed, like lying down in bed like this. I'm not sleeping, but I'm not awake. Like the doctors will come into the room, peep. and they're wondering like, is this person sleeping? My eyes are open, but I'm not moving. I'm just in a different world. That was an experience that I never want to live again. So today, Lori Kunle, I've come to say, I've come to say thank you to God, because it's only God that could have dramatically brought me out of that state. Um, and a lot of people talk about, oh, how your life changes, your diet changes. There were a lot of dietary restrictions. I had to take a cocktail of drugs. I had to be restricted in terms of where I'm going and what I'm doing, and just physical activities. And those were the things that I was referencing when I was talking about taking my life back and having a signal, which is the the smiley person, to sort of signal that I had taken my life back, right? But I don't want it. I leave it with God, because it is in Him that I live. So I am so grateful that I'm alive, I'm healthy, I'm strong, my mind is sound. Um, Everything in my life has led me to this point. So even those things that were like lows and opportunities missed and circumstances around sadness and failure and shame and reproach, those things are things that have literally led me to this point in my life where I'm in thanksgiving for who I am today. So yeah, I thought I'll just say that real quick, just to acknowledge the fact that I'm a survivor of lupus, and I feel like I haven't talked about it much again, because I just going back to it, it just felt like a lot. So I hadn't dealt with it in my head too. And if you don't figure it out, it's just them, the back burner, just dealing with you. So I'm dealing with it now. So yeah, I've said my what I'm grateful for. I've said my affirmations, whether I believe it or not. I'm affirming myself even further to say that God has shown me things. My eyes are open. My eyes are open to see the things that He's done. He has caused ways to be made in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. That's the things that seemed impossible. God has done it. God has done it. Let me tell you about how God, see, when this thing is cooked, I will then give the full gist, so that I'm not telling you in bits and pieces, right? I'll give the full gist of how faithful God is. But yeah, that I mean, I don't know that I'm sort of there to say more than what I've said. But in case there is any need to encourage someone, I feel like this is whatever it is that you're going through, you can you can beat it. There's no reason for you to think that, oh, where you are is where you would end up being, right? There's all sorts of things that people go through in life, and they just keep trotting. So keep trotting. You can do it. You can just keep confessing that God is before me, He is in me, He's around me, He's behind me, He's beside me. So I'm not afraid. I am not afraid. Talk about your hands, that He has made them for war. Talk about your mind, that it's a sound. Talk about your legs, that you are led into palaces and you are in the place, you operate from a place of influence. Talk about your heart, that it is remain soft and amenable to God. Talk about your body, that's the temple of the Holy Spirit, and that sickness cannot survive in it. Talk about when you go out, that you are blessed, and you come in, you are blessed. Talk about your engagement outside, that He has gotten ready the wealth of the Gentiles for you, and that your own is to go and receive it. All of the things that God has done for you, talk about it. Give language to your own thanksgiving, because God has done so many things. Maybe you don't have this kind of platform because, well, it's a choice, right? But you can whisper your thanksgiving to God, because hey, if you don't thank God for it, then you don't have it, right? I will get that passage in the Bible where it says, yes, I'll get the passage. I don't want to assume, but thank God for it so you can keep that miracle. that thing that you believe so dearly about. All right. From here, I want to say thank you for joining. This has been a wonderful time out. April 13th is done and dusted. I am going to bed now. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of the week because I'm looking forward to the rest of the week. It's gonna be a wonderful week. Yep. All right. Peace out. Bye for now.